Good evening. I'd like to call this meeting of the Lakeville Planning Board to order. It is Thursday, June 24th at 7 p.m. This is a remote meeting and in accordance with the provisions allowed by S 2475, Chapter 20 of the Acts of 2021, signed by the governor on June 16th, 2021. The June 24th, 2021 public meeting of the planning board will be held remotely. However, to view this meeting in progress, please go to facebook.com/LakeCAM. You do not need a Facebook account to view the meeting. This meeting will be recorded and available to be viewed at a later date at www.lakecam.tv/. For the record, in attendance tonight, I have myself, Mark Knox, I have Peter Conroy present and Michelle McEachran present from the planning board. Being that we have three members, we have a quorum. Jack Lynch and Barbara Mankowski could not attend this evening. And from this point, I'd like to visit our first item on the agenda, which is the site plan review that's continued from a previous meeting for 124, 126, 128, and 130 Crooked Lane. At the applicant's request, they have requested to continue this hearing until July 8th, 2021. Could I get a motion to that?
So moved to continue the meeting to July 8th.
Okay, I have a motion. Can I get a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Peter,
Aye.
Michelle,
Aye.
and myself. Motion carries unanimously, and site plan review for Crooked Lane will be continued until July 8th. I notice, Mrs. Orell, you're present.
Yes, thank you. I saw it on the agenda and I just wanted to check in.
Okay, so that's fine. I just wanted to make sure if you had any other input, I would let you speak about it, but that'll be the plan, is July 8th at this point.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is an A&R plan for number 2 and number 4 Stephanie Lane, presented by Dave Madigan. So at this point, I'd like to turn the mic over to Dave Madigan to speak to his A&R plans.
Hey, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
You're welcome.
Good evening, everybody. Just for the record, my name's Dave Madigan from Madigan Land Surveying. So what you have in front of you is a Form A plan on Stephanie Lane. It currently is 2 existing house lots. And what we're doing here is just making a land exchange. If you look at the plan, you can see parcel A and you can see parcel B. So as it states in the purpose statement, the purpose of this plan is to convey parcel A from lot 2, which is the Batchant lot, and to convey parcel A from Banchett to lot 1, who is Kagan, and then to convey parcel B from Kagan over to Banchett. It then leaves the lots both with more than the required minimum frontage. They meet the distance setback. They have enough area, vital access, the whole 9 yards. Basically, if you really look at it, the current lot line is very close to house number 2. So they're just doing a land exchange there so that Mr. Kagan can have some more land on the side of his house. And then Mr. Batchant, who has recreational stuff in his backyard, gets to keep a little piece of the backyard. So it's just a land swap between the 2 parties.
And I noticed you also called out there is a narrow strip there, and you noted the deduction in area.
So as you all know, if it's a strip less than 50 feet, you can't count that toward your minimum required area. So when you look at lot 1, the Kagan calculations, his total area actually is about 78,000 square feet, but I then subtracted where it's noted the 5,800 square feet that's less than the 50 feet, and he still has more than the required 70,000 square feet of area. Correct.
Yeah, I did also speak to the building commissioner on several topics. This came up. Basically, it meets all the zoning requirements. There was no issue with it in his eyes. And if there's any other discussion, I'd like to hear it now or make a motion to endorse the A&R plans. So if there's no other discussion, I'll make a motion to endorse the A&R plans for 2 and 4 Stephanie Lane as presented to the planning board tonight.
I'll second that.
So I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Peter?
Aye.
Michelle?
Aye.
Myself, vote aye. So motion carries unanimously. Thanks for coming in, Dave. You're all set.
All right, great. Thank you very much. Enjoy your short night, hopefully.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Too.
Next on the agenda, Julia's Way, release of covenant update. And that was also a request by the applicant to continue until July 22nd at 7 p.m. 2021. So I move that the planning board continues this hearing until July 22nd at 7 p.m. 2021.
Second that.
Motion and a second. All in favor? Peter?
Aye.
Michelle?
Aye.
Myself, vote aye. Motion carries unanimously to continue the Julia's Way release of covenant. Next item on the agenda is discuss future meeting venues. As you may have noticed tonight, I almost finally had the old coronavirus thing memorized, but then it changed. That's because of new legislation that does allow some meetings, but I think the town of Lakeville's going to be somewhat challenged if there is high attendance with still keeping the social distancing. Just meeting those requirements might be tough. I would be open to, if the board wanted to meet in person for some meetings. I will say I got feedback, which was, I think, wise from the building commissioner, that if it was one that required counsel of some sort to attend, it might be wise to have it remotely, because it would be a savings to the town where they're not, it's instead of being 4 hours, it's 2 hours or whatever it is, because they don't have to drive to and from town if we needed counsel to attend. My thoughts would be, I get a sense that they're working towards trying to create some meeting rooms that have the hybrid capabilities. So maybe folks like that could attend remotely, even if we did meet in person, and some of the public could come into meetings. So does anybody else have any thoughts on that, or?
Personally, I'm fine with it. Either
I'm
way.
fine either way as well. I mean, if we were to go back tomorrow, I'd be okay with it, but there's a lot more pieces to the puzzle than just me. So I'll go either way,
So you want to just say we'll continue to meet remotely until September, or if they come up with a hybrid venue, at that point we reconsider?
Yeah, that seems fair. 3-month extension and see and revisit it.
As we have, I guess, through, is it April of next year, Kathy, that the legislation allows remote meeting? So hopefully that LakeCAM can figure out without feedback the remote thing, or hybrid, I should say. And I think it's wise that we just sit on our hands for a couple months and see if they can work that out. So that doesn't really require a vote, Kathy.
No.
Okay, so next item on the agenda, we have a couple of sets of minutes to approve. Big one from April 1st, 2021. Did everybody get a chance to review them?
I read them the other day, yes. Unless anyone else has an issue, a motion to approve the minutes from April 1st, 2021.
I second that. Any other discussion? You're good, Michelle, and no corrections or anything you saw?
Actually, before I sent it to Kathy, I just made a few name corrections and then send them. So,
Did you see those, Kathy?
I didn't even look, honestly.
Okay. So I'm gonna second Peter's motion with the amendment pending the noted changes.
well, so if I could just clarify what I was trying to say. When I received the minutes from Colleen, there were some consistent name issues with Gessner and I
Yep.
think Peter's last name. And so I just
Okay.
edited those before sending them off to Kathy. So those were made. I just changed them because I saw them.
Okay. The other thing we could do is we could just, not that I want to wait and sit on them, but again, Joe Chamberlain on conservation's the old English teacher that he goes through them and finds 100 things. If we wanted to just continue those until the next meeting, and because that's also a Concom joint meeting that they could have to review and see now, or was Concom not part of that final one?
Yeah, this was just planning board for the last one.
Yeah, I think they were present, but they didn't open their hearing. All right, well, that said, we have a motion and a second to approve. So I think we stick to that. All in favor? Peter?
Aye.
Michelle?
Hi.
Myself, aye. Motion carries unanimously. Minutes for April 1st, 2021 are approved. Next item is minutes for April 22nd, 2021. Michelle, I think you mentioned, were you not present at that one?
Yes.
And Peter, did you get a chance to review
Yep.
those?
I did, and I read the motion to approve the meeting minutes from April 22nd, 2021.
I just want to get to the cover page of them in my notes. Okay, I second that. And so I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Peter?
Aye.
Michelle abstains?
Yeah.
And myself. So motion carries with a majority to approve the April 22nd, 2021 minutes of meeting. Being that I don't think we have any old business to talk about at this point, next item on the agenda is an update with Mr. David Morrissey regarding drainage on 39 Cross Street. Mr. Morrissey, can you hear us?
I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can now. Yep. Good evening. You want to give us an update of what's going on out there?
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Mark, last time we met, I know you weren't feeling the love. Hopefully you feel that now.
Oh, I'm good, but yes, thank you.
It's hard to say. The water tables, dropped quite a bit, and we haven't had a ton of rain.
Yeah.
I told Kathy that, it seems to be doing what it's supposed to right now. And if it becomes an issue when the snow starts to melt, we can readdress it at that time.
Okay. It looks like you may have asked for permission to cut some of the grass and Mr. Palucci had granted that. That's a good thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think you misunderstood. I don't want to go on and cut that grass.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it's fairly new, but there's a strip of about 5 to 7 feet between the property line and the silt barrier that, I mean, honestly, I've been mowing it all along anyway, because it was there. I just thought I'd do them a favor and cut it as long as he's okay with it.
So it sounds like if anything, you were asking for less than he expected. It sounds like he expected you to go over the silt fence, but you had no intention. So
yeah, I mean,
I'd
rather not, just because it is new grass. This is really the stuff that's literally an extension of my lawn. We just didn't know where the property line was, and when they seeded it after they did the leaching field, I've been mowing it for 7 years. you know, it goes up to the silt fence. I just don't want to go over the silt fence and, you know, have to move his turtle gate and those
Yeah.
things, but
I would say I'd probably recommend that you don't, just because of that whole natural heritage turtle situation he's got going on over there.
yeah,
Uh,
no, I agree. And that's one of the things I also had mentioned that I would say in the last 2.5 months, I've seen anywhere between 20 and 30 cars that are not laborers, that are not tradesmen, pull up, take that gate down, drive in, circle around back, come back out. Some are kind enough to put the gate up, others are not. You know, I'm just concerned about a couple of things, but you know, I want to make sure that there's a process in place when it happens. You know, does he want us to, excuse me, call the police?
yeah, so he actually gave a memo that I'll read from. I just want to get to the line and not read the whole memo. As far as trespassers, I drive by there every morning and see no evidence of anyone illegally going on the property. There is a turtle gate across the driveway and I have never seen it left down. There are engineers, laborers, electricians, et cetera, that all go in and out of there on their own schedule and do so with his permission. He has no reason to believe anything illegal is going on, but if an abutter sees any illegal activity on the property, he would guess that they should probably call the police. So I think that's the conclusion of what he put in the memo to Kathy about what you're talking about.
Yeah, I read that. He sent an email back. I actually didn't see it until tonight. Yeah, that's fine. You know, I'm just looking out for him.
Well, it's people that are going behind your house too, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. There was a guy here a couple weeks ago. Drove up in a PT Cruiser, and he certainly wasn't a laborer. Opened the gate, drove back, spent about 5 minutes back there, and drove out. And he didn't leave the. He didn't put the gate back on. But yeah, I just see it with lumber pricing the way it is. I just see it as an opportunity for stuff. But if I see something, I'll call the police.
Okay.
You know, I don't want to invite them. You know, obviously, people going in there and we live next door. I don't want to give them any ideas, so we keep a close eye on it. And unlike Bob, I live next door. I walk my dog every morning, so I see the gate when it's down. You know, if we see anything, we'll just call.
Okay.
That's
I
all.
think that's good. And you know, it's always good to have the kind of the neighborhood watch thing going on. So I'm sure he does appreciate it, but
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I don't want him to lose money because somebody decides to come in and rip him off of all of his lumber.
Yep.
But if we see anything, we'll report it. But otherwise, I think that's it.
okay. And it maybe come in September or October if there's any issues with the drainage, or if it's all working. If you want to just fire off an email update to Kathy and we can just read it at a meeting, or you're welcome to attend.
Yeah, well, let's hope for the best.
Very good. Thanks for
All right, have
coming,
a good night.
Mr. Morrissey.
All right, thanks. See you.
Bye-bye. Anyone have anything under new business? I don't have any. Make the announcement that our next meeting is on July 8th at 7 p.m. And I believe that concludes all of our agenda items for this evening. 19 minutes.
Wow.
Is that a record?
Think so.
Motion to adjourn.
Second,
All in favor? Peter?
aye.
Michelle?
Aye.
Myself, aye. Motion carries unanimously. This meeting is closed and we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.